Thick and fat. Both subjective terms. Self-identifying with those terms would be okay. Labeling others with those terms can feel hurtful. Being fat and thick both mean you have a higher body fat percentage, but the difference is where the fat is stored due to genetics. If your fat stores in your stomach and hips, you're fat. If it stores in your ass, thighs, or tits, you're thick. Thick and fat are two very different things. I think of thick as like a little larger, but not quite fat. In reality, it's just something people call fat people to make us feel better though. Being fat is having curves where you're not supposed to have them. Being thick is having all the right curves at the right place. I know it's in poor taste, but I once heard someone say, the difference between thick and fat is the difference between the number 8 and the number 0. But I agree with one. Another poster said, it's one thing for people to identify themselves with these terms. It could be hurtful for others to do so. Thick is a shapely figure that has a healthy balance of muscle and fat in a pleasing shape. Fat is fat. Yes. Thick is a look that lots of healthy females put a lot of time and exercise effort into achieving because they like having this type of appearance. While fat is either being visibly overweight as a result of either overeating, lack of regular exercise, drinking too much of high-sugar drinks, having a long-term medical issue, or severe side effects of prescribed healthcare meds. I'm a morbidly obese female who is trying to lose weight, while half my female neighbors are thick and invest a lot of their time in maintaining that look because they prefer it. One is said more as a compliment or to not offend, the other is not. I would date a thick woman but not a fat one. My partner considers me pretty thick as a 53 103 lb woman. I powerlift. Sure, thick means the person's body is still proportionate, but it's not slim. Probably somewhere under 30-35 body fat. While an obese person is completely out of shape and it's obvious. Fun fact is most of the men I know like thick more than completely slim bodies. Thick is a woman with curves. Fat is just fat. You what? Fat is fat. Thick is fat in denial. Thick is a polite way of saying fat, but most likely obese in reality. I think thick is a fat that looks appealing, like proportionately overweight, but fat is just unappealing on all levels. In my mind that's what it means, lol. No, the person is large in both cases, but the one looking is probably okay with fat when they use thick instead. Do you want a thick steak or a fat steak? Women's thick, man fat.